Hey everyone, just like the title suggests, it's going to be a brand new playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn. I'm going to try and keep the episodes at around 30 minutes, but some of them are probably going to run on longer than that. If I did it any lower than that, the series would probably end up being something daft like 1,000 episodes long, so pretty sure no one wants to watch something for that long, but who knows. But we'll start by doing the opening movie, and then we'll go into starting. I've already got a character made. Well, the appearance date of a character made, so we'll go from there and go from that. I've not watched this in a long time, so I've probably forgot like pretty much all this bit.
A vibrant planet blessed by the light of the crystal.
His voice is
Amid
so
azure
soothing.
seas, encompassing the westernmost of the 3 great continents, there lies a realm embraced by gods and forged by heroes. Her name, Eorzea.
Looks so pretty.
The annals of Eorzean history chart the rise of a succession of great civilizations, each one enjoying an age of peace, the astral eras. To date, all have proven ephemeral.
It's a lot of fireballs.
In the year 1572 of the 6th and most recent astral era, the Northern Empire of Garlemald amassed a great army at the heart of Eorzea, seeking dominion over all. Rising in desperate resistance, the forces of the Eorzean Alliance met their would-be conquerors in the field. Yet, even as the battle raged, the lesser moon, Galamud, was plucked from the heavens through imperial machination. From its core emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who unleashed his fury upon the realm.
Bahamut's one of my favourite things from every Final Fantasy game, so anything that involves Bahamut's awesome in my eyes.
To its knees and the era to its end. 5 years have come and gone. The light of life still shines upon Eorzea. Man labors tirelessly to raise himself from the calamity's ruin. The realm is forever changed, a stranger to him once more.
I love some of the creature
Yet
designs
heedless
in
of
this.
what lies ahead, he shall press on. Spurred by the promise of peace and prosperity. Amid this period of great change, an adventurer arrives in Eorzea, one whose tale is yet unwritten.
And that adventurer wants a chocobo in real life. Hopefully one day Elon Musk will just like make that happen.
May he ever walk in the light of the crystal.
There we go, so that's the opening cinematic done, so let's get making our character. As I said, I've like already made the appearance data for it because it would probably have taken about 2 episodes of just messing around with that, and pretty sure that would have just been really boring. So if anyone's who's not seen the character creation in this is like a little brief overview of what you can change on it. Not going to go into all the different options because it's not what we're here for today. Already saved the appearance status, so don't need to do that. I'm going to go for what I think is my actual birthday. And this is like the different gods you can choose for it, but I'm going to go for Halone, because Halone is pretty cool. Don't even know how you pronounce that. Is it Halone or Halone? I'm pretty sure like one of the characters says it later on in the game, so I guess we're going to have to wait till then to find out the exact pronunciation for it. Also, I've played this game and completed it before, so I do know like most of the story, but it has been quite a while ago, so probably forgotten most of it, so you'll be able to see all my reactions when I kind of relearn some things and probably see some hidden like build-ups that I've not noticed before when I played it. So the role we're going for is Gladiator, so that's a good old paladin class, so here's the starting clothes for it. So basically like your good old standard shield and sword tank. And they have a really cool ability like towards the end of the game where they get these massive wings and it looks really badass. So we want to go to Moogle if we can, because that's where all of my friends are on it. Now to actually think of a name for it, I'm going to try and keep the name like inconsistent with the lore. So the Mikos, which are these catboy ones, they will they always have like one letter which represents a tribe or something like that, and then an apostrophe in the rest of the name. So I usually go with the name Melandus when I make a character, so we're going to do that, but make it relevant for a Miko. Got to make that a capital or else that'll just be pretty damn weird. Also, if anyone's not noticed yet, but I'm recording this off my PS5. I do have a camera for it, but for some reason the PS5 doesn't let you record and use the camera at the same time. It only does that if you like streaming something on Twitch, which is a bit weird. I'm pretty sure they're going to patch it out. But until then, we're stuck like this. There is a way around it as well, but the way around it kind of like really reduces the video quality, and I'd rather have video quality than just my like face in the corner somewhere. So let's begin this adventure. And our starting place is Uldar, which is a really nice place. And yes, we managed to get into Moogle. I was kind of scared that it wouldn't let me into Moogle, and that would have just been a bit of an issue. So let's wait for this queue to go down and then we can go in. The other characters on the top right are my other characters, so Inuala is my main kind of character who I've already completed the game with, and the other two are just kind of alts. In fact, the Fleabag one, that was the character that we just used to make the F3 company. Also, there's an update for this game that comes out tomorrow, which kind of updates it for the PS5, so hopefully there'll be some good quality increases between then, so it'd be nice to kind of look back and then look at that, the updated version, and see the differences. Not gonna lie, I wish my dreams were like that. It looks so nice.
Here.
Not gonna lie, if I just heard that in the middle of my dream, it'll probably just really freak me out.
Feel.
Big shiny light. All I can think of is that Poltergeist movie where she's like, "Don't go into the light." Well, I guess this guy's having the same idea as that.
Hear. Feel. Think.
This first episode's probably just going to be like pure cutscenes, but you'll still get to see some of my lovely voice acting. I'm going to say lovely, it's actually horrible, but I'll pretend it's lovely. Well, that was a vivid dream. If it even was a dream, who knows? Hey, hey you. Also, half these characters are probably just going to have the same voice, but we'll just go with that. And some are probably going to have like voices that just really don't suit them. You alright, lad? You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the ether, I reckon. You'll get used to it though, don't worry. Not gonna lie, I would really love seeing a chocobo carriage in real life. You there, halt! Not gonna lie, that just reminds me of the guards from Oblivion. What's all this about? Inspection, men. Search your carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, friend, so don't be disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. So look, Somnus. Not gonna lie, I have no idea what that actually is, so interesting. Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the rest of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Don't know why they're all getting like some weird kind of American accent, but I'm just gonna roll with that. Heh, business as usual. Rah! Amaljia, to arms, to arms! I'm not going to deafen you all by actually shouting, because I'll probably just blow my mic, and I can't bother finding another one. Seven hells, consider this a warning. Now go, all of you! I can see this really giving me a sore throat at some point, but it'll be funny. Hopefully the horrible voices kind of entertained you guys for the slower parts of the game. This is an MMO as well, so obviously it starts off a little bit slow. Ooh, that kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lad. Bastards will have your shirt off back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, see as we've all got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Don't really think I've got much of an option. Them young'uns don't care for much conversation, see? Brent's the name, and peddling's my trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. I knew it, going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory now, that's what I call a living. As long as you can avoid dying, I mean, ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Ah, I forgot I have to give a thing here. So, any option like this, I'm just going to say in my own voice. So, let's go for To Win Glory. Because we've been a paladin, so you've got to be a glorious paladin. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks, as other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need about the adventuring business in there. Just remember though, there are more important things than fate than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Uldar? For the purposes of this playthrough, we're going to go for yes. Oh yes, it is my first trip to Uldar. Is it? Well then, Let this journey itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. I'm going to apologise in advance because I'm probably butchering some words there. Uldar's ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folks know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of Her Grace altogether, but that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the Royalists, and the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and show no sign of stopping. Of course, the Lizardmen, that's the Emoldia, couldn't care less about Uldan politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers, need, breed, and profit, and though it shames me to say, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last. Behold Uldar, jewel of Fanalan, where folk turn sand into gold. Not gonna lie, I really want that ability.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert,
Uldar's
she
one of my
rises,
favorite places.
a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Uldar. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the
One of my
twin
favourite parts
faces
about this
of
game is the
Nol
music.
Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Ah, here's where we'll part ways, lad. I'm off to the markets to deliver and be wares, then it's off to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by the way of thanks putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of story personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. If we meet this guy again, chances are he's probably going to have a different voice, but
May the
I
traders
remember.
nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Gotta love the FF prelude. There's something about walking in this city for the first time that just feels really special. Oi, venturer, over here! He does not look like he suits that voice, but we're just gonna roll with it. Aye, I mean you! Fresh off the carriage by any chance, eh? How can I tell you? Heh! Name's Wimond, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by the way of welcome to our fair city, free of charge even, just this once like? Well, let's go speak to Wimon then before he does something horrible, considering I give him that really weird voice. So there's a lot of tutorials that pop up, so I already know how to play it, so I'm not going to bore you all by reading through them. So let's get rid of all of them. So it's still in the tutorial bit, so you can't see any other players yet, but in a few more cutscenes we should be able to see them. So initiating quests, I don't know how to do that. Don't know whether... I'm not going to read those things out, because it's just descriptions of the quests. Although I might do a later date, who knows. It's plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So, before you do anything else, you want to head over to the quicksand and speak to Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those stairs over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting free. Good luck with the adventure and adventurer. I've begun a quest. So let's go and do our first quest. I'm going to try and not give everyone that weird accent that just keeps slipping out and I have no idea why. So this is Momodi, little tiny Lalafell, also known as Little Potatoes, or Popatoes. She's really telling that book off, isn't she? Right, I'm going to try and do an accent for this that doesn't sound weird, but let's go. Why, hello there, who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Uldar, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. And lucky for you, that is, without someone like me to steer you right, you'll soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amalja, for example, they've been plaguing the Sultanates for nigh on, forever now. Then there's the Gallian Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, but only that they are. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all, there's worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the lesser moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing the abomination intent on turning the realm into an eighth hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye, 'twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next, some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is you lend me a helping hand and try to leave Uldar in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, then I will be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Uldar means more business for the Quicksand too. See, she has ulterior motives. Any road, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register as neat as you can. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to perfect doing like a Lalafell voice, but I'm going to give it a try. So, Melandus, well, ain't that a charming name? It just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Mr. Dus, on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially...
Please, sir, be merciful. 12's as my witness, I swear to you. I'll bring you your money.
Okay, this guy looks evil and sinister. And is a Lalafell, so let's try and think of a evil and sinister Lalafell voice.
In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a fourth chance to offend you two. Attend to this scum.
No, please, mercy.
Well, ain't that a sorry sight, nor an uncommon one if I'm honest. Don't worry though, if you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do hear tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Any road, welcome to Uldar, Milan. Take a moment to catch your breath and I'll teach you a little about our fair city. Ooh, there is our first quest complete. So we've leveled up and gained a new ability. Oh, it's not letting me use it here yet. Oh yeah, I have to go speak to her again first. So I'm probably going to do this episode until we do our first little battle, and then probably end it after that quest. Probably end up being a little bit longer than half an hour, but it's a start. It's got to be something special, hasn't it? Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I've got a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform, so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza. Wow. The Aetheryte Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north, and you shall see a giant floating crystal called an Aetheryte. If it weren't for Aetherites, travelling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them. So, to do that with be sure to do that with the one at the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetheryte before, Milan? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Gladiators Guild over at the Colosseum. Assuming that sword ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Fal. Goods from all over Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Uldar, so long as you've got the gil. Just make sure you don't pay more than you ought to, Milan. There's plenty as won't scrupe to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. If you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He will be happy to tell you all about the markets once he's read it. In short, visit the Aetheryte Plaza, the Gladiators Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. Where there are more than a few unsavoury characters out there who'll try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk are lured to the city with promise and wealth and power, but many of them fail to realise that instead of chasing after gil the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get. Opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should visit a smith over yonder. Those lads always have some great advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you finish, will you? That way, I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guilty or name. Something would go horribly wrong if that happened on my way to, like, the Aetheryte Plaza. Quest accepted. So now we can see all the other players. Also, once I finish this episode, I'm going to spend a little bit of time just adjusting all my hotbars and the HUD so it doesn't look quite as in your face in some parts of it. Probably end up having to do that again. Also, they've like changed the main story a little bit, so instead of having to do loads of little quests like from this guy with the weird voice, we can apparently just do the main scenario, and that should be enough to keep us leveled up correctly. So let's attune to this Aetheryte. You attune to the Aetheryte.
Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand?
Oh, I wish it showed me who that looked like before I did that voice.
Excellent, which brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make jest. To look at your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of Aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into the etherical energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance, have you heard of the return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the Aetherites and their connection to the flow of Aether. Given that there is an Aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent of you to attune yourself to any Aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I should happily answer to your questions. Return learned.
I had a feeling when it like used that voice, it wasn't going to turn out to be some aggressive, like old man or guard. So every Aetheryte crystal I see, I need to attune to it. Because when I first played through, I just kind of didn't, and it was a bit annoying having to run everywhere. So let's get our run on. A little mini boasting party sesh going on there. And it's another Lalafell. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the thrills of mortal combat? Well, whether you are or not, you are new to us. If you would like to take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and, like as not, far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way if you mean to take to the blood sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in the all of Uldar. Where else could a poor man of massive fortune so vast as to one day allow him to claim a seat on the Syndicate? There's not an Uldar alive who isn't inspired by the rise of self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of this than the Gladiator, who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions.
Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph, midst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy, and if your soul stirs, join us. Well, considering we are a gladiator with our sword, we are going to join them. What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name into legend, or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? That sounds remarkably quotable. A decision you shan't regret. One moment, make way for Melandus. Fresh meat coming through. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Sword Milia. Seek her out and attain her approval. So First Sword Milia is over here with some other players speaking to her as well. Hi, I heard a Lilitsu, so you're Melandus. 'Tis a good, strong name. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Milia, Guildmaster here. So, you wish to study our arts, I presume you have the... I'm just going to start that again. I presume you have your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who fail to achieve greatness. She sounds really mean. Bear that in mind before you answer me, Milan, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword and, if be your fate, die by it? I just want to see what happens if I say no. Nope, I don't have the strength to do that. Then perhaps your path lies elsewhere. Should it lead back to us someday, we can discuss your future once more. Don't know why I've given her a really gruff voice, but I mean, it is a Gladiator Guildmaster, so I guess I gotta have a good gruff voice. So just gonna skip past all of that because we don't need to do that again. Indeed I do. Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Let's not wait, shall we? I would gauge your aptitude for the sword. Just outside the gates of Uldar, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets and shrews. Slay 3 of each and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to your training nonetheless. Now go! So, I think I'm going to leave this episode here, because I know if I go out hunting for those shrews, it's going to take another like 10 or 15 minutes, and then the episode's going to be nearly an hour long, so I've hoped you have enjoyed all of that. As always with like every single YouTube thing ever, if you do enjoy it, subscribe and like to it so you can obviously catch up when I start releasing more videos, which will probably be in a few days. I would do some tomorrow, but the new update's out, so I want to enjoy that a little bit first. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a good day, or evening, or night, whenever you're watching it.